Welcome to all. So today we will learn about a process, how we can check the process in the operating system. So for checking a process, we are using a PS command, and -e is using to see the current processes, or either we can use the same identical -a. So we will get the same output, and -f means do full format listing. So let me show you the examples. PS. So if you enter the PS, you will see like that only. But let me show you the current processes. So you will see you are able to get these processes. Uh, but it is not in a, if you want to see in a full format and will see the complete path, then I need to use AF. So you will see. So it will come as a with the full details also you can see. So it's coming like that. Okay. So what is the main purpose of a PS command? So let's take example. So we will write a code for where we need to collect the information about top 10 processes in a real examples. So how we can do it actually using this PS command? We can use a PS and hyphen and E means current process, O means our user defined format. And let's say I want a pCPU. I want first I need a PID, process ID, and I want a pCPU. I need a CPU here. Let's say I need a P memory, and let's say I need a S time when the process has been started, and I need a command, right? A full format that is using F. So we are using that argument is ARGS. Okay, let me make a head here. So head. So now you can see I'm able to get APID, process ID, percent CPU, memory, and S time. Let's say I think memory we will get CPU. I don't know because it is idle. So in memory, let's say I want to know the top 10 processes for a memory. K3 we choose a field here, that is a third field, 1 2 and 3. This is a third field that is for our memory. And what we will do, hyphen n, these are the numbers. So these are the numbers. So the reason of numbers, I am choosing hyphen n. R means reverse order. Okay, and let me make a enter. So I made it enter here, and in here I will show you here the title will also show in here. So I have not made it. Where is the title? You see, this is the title is came in the picture. So I want to remove that title here. So how can I handle this situation? I can use a grep invert match. Hyphen P is using for a invert match. So now here, now let me make a more. So now you can see we are able to see the processes here. Okay, so like that we need to use it here. So if I'm making a short hyphen nr, so by default it will short it, but it will short it from your first field if I'm not showing any field. So by default it will short with the first field, but when we are giving the field arguments, like we have given a k3 and hyphen n means numbers, numbers only, because we are not using alphabet. The third field is for a CPU, sorry, memory. We have chosen it here. Now you can see first field is PID, pCPU, and third field is a memory. So let's say I want to take the 10 processes here. So now we got the top 10 processes here because I did a reverse order. If I'm not using a reverse order, so I will get the last processes here. Now see here the difference came 0 0 here. So in this case you need to use a tail. Either you can give a tail, so like that you can got it here. But the best part, if you want to get top 10 higher processes, so this is a command here. Okay, k hyphen nr, and you can make a head here. And now we got a top 10 process, top 10 memories. And if you want to know the top 10 processes which is consuming more CPU, so we can use a k2. K2 is your a CPU second row, right? first and second. Okay, so now you can see 3.6, one process is taking 3.6, 0.1. So you can say 15.7 is go to second level here, and this network manager comes in upper here actually. Okay, so it is consuming less memory, you can see. So like that we can find out, and we can use these commands, how we can write a sample program. So let's write one sample program for collect the top 10 CPU and memory dot sh. So let's say we are writing any program here, usr bin and bash, and for example, so I need to define a variable here for a CPU. Suppose I want to get the CPU uses, CPU use, let me uses, so let's say I need to use a is equal to dollar, and I'm executing a command, so I need to use a circular braces, and let me put these values here. Okay, let me put the values here, and now let's take a memory, uses also is equal to dollar, and now we made this command here, so we can put into a code now. So top 10, and if you want to make a 15 or 5, you can make a hyphen n, like hyphen n, hyphen n, and 5 processes only, so you can make a 5 processes only. Okay, so it will show the top 5 process only. Okay, so now echo, and we can make a so here top 10 processes for CPU. Top 10 process for CPU. So here I can make a echo and dollar, and let me call it here CPU uses. Okay, and echo, and let's say I'm writing here top 5 processes for memory uses. Let's say I can type like that here, echo and dollar memory uses. Okay, so now you can see we can do a cat here. Okay, and chmod plus x, and okay, so now let me execute this code here. Now you can see we are able to get a top 10 processes for a CPU, and the top 5 processes, so showing me like that. So it is came, new lines is not came, it is came in a same. Okay, let me check. So now it's came as like, so how we can resolve this issue. So let's do a here, and we will put a double quote here. So using the double quote, now we can see it. Now the result is coming nice here. Okay, so like that we can write a program and to click the top 10 processes and the top 10 memory uses like that here. So when we are doing a on format, so hyphen o is using for a on format, and e is using for current processes. So here p cpu is using for cpu utilization, p memory is using for memory, s time is for time, args full format it is equivalent to hyphen f when we are using a ps space hyphen ef, so that is the same meaning args, and short hyphen k2 space hyphen nr short the line by second field, that is the meaning of here too. Okay, and head is using for top 10 lines, and the user we can make a user also. Suppose if you want a user here, so here in this example you are able to see user because I have mentioned the user here. Stat means status of the process. So if you want to check the status of the process, so we can use a stat word here. So stat, it will show the status. For example, if you don't want to define your own format, you can use a inbuilt format as well also. So we can use a ps-aux command. So let me make a head only. So let me make a head. Now you can see it will show the more information, like that is we don't require all the information, or some required. Okay, so PID, PCPU, P-memory, BSH, RSSDT, Y terminal, and status. Okay, so all time and command, a lot of information is showing here. These information you can collect using your own format as well also. So here, if you want, you can use the short command here again, and or either before that, what is a title is there, this is a user title. So what you will do, you can make a invert match. Okay, let's do a invert match, and now let's make a head now. So it's gone now. So invert match, and after that I want to make a short here, hyphen k. Let's say I uh, I need is the top 10 CPU here, top 10 processes that is using more CPU. So that is the field is a 1 to third number is using a CPU, and these are the numbers. Then I'm using a number, and R means reverse order. And let me make a head now. So you can see same results we are getting here. That is earlier we are getting. So now see, same result here, but that time we are not capturing a user. Now you can see the user as well also, which user is consuming more CPU here in processes. So it is very nicely we can use this command. And for example, if you're working on a production, and like we wrote a program here, and there you need to identify. So yes, user will be the more important role also play there. So you need to give the here, let me add a user also. So v memory, let me add a user here. So user, and let here. So you can give this code to your team, or either you can check, and after that you can ask your team to check the respective, which suppose if any process is consuming more CPU or memory, you can request to them, please check it. So for example, Daljit is any application, and it is consuming, for example, more this is for a memory uses more memory. So you can say, you can ask, please check it, is there anything bad in your application or not. So now let's learn the status code here. So I will share this doc as well also. So now you can see when we are checking the head means top 10 processes here. Means only top 10, not top 10 consuming mode, only top 10 processes current I am taking here. So what is the meaning of SS here? So these are the meaning here. D means uninterruptible sleep, usually IO, and I means kernel, idle kernel thread. R means running or runable. S means uninterruptible sleep, waiting for an event to complete. Okay, so S means, so it's waiting for anything to complete. Once what happened, a process, suppose a process is dependent on child processes, and that it is waiting for a child processing to complete their job. So it went to into a sleeping mode for event to complete it. Okay, and T stopped by job control signal, T stopped by debugger during, and W is using for a, not, it's not using right now, it's using not valid since 2.6 kernel. Our kernel is like 4 point something or 3 point x, even 5, kernel 5 also introduced. And X means that should never be seen. Z means zombie process. So let's discuss about a zombie process that is a more important. I will highlight on here, and here you will see a greater than symbol. It means higher priority, not nice to other users, and capital N is a lower priority. L has paged logged into a memory. S is a session leader. L is a multi-thread. So these are the status. So I will share these docs and you can read the status here. Okay, so these are the some status. So let's discuss about a zombie process that is a more important here. So let me produce some example of a zombie process. So zombie process, what happened? Suppose I have created a one parent process and these are the child process. Okay, so here, so let's say this is a parent process and this is a child process. And for example, here parent process to complete his task is dependent upon a child one process. This is child one. Let's say this is child one process and this is child two. So here, let me draw a diagram. Okay, now what happened? Suppose it completed the job nicely. Okay, it completed the job nicely here. And but this and whatever the task have provided by a parent process, child process have completed it nicely here. But another hand, this process is not able to complete. A reason is behind because it has been uninterrupted accidentally, not here. So accidentally interrupted. Connection has been interrupted. Okay, accidentally connection interrupted. So in this scenario, what happened? Parent is waiting. Parent is waiting for a parent is waiting. Okay, it's waiting for a child two, and child two is not able to complete the here the process. So it converted as a zombie. So suppose if it is holding any CPU and memory to complete that job, so it will holding that resources here. Okay, so and now what happened, this process converted as a zombie process, that is known as a zombie process. So zombie process, what is zombie process? When a connection has been interrupted or terminated by accidentally between parent and child process, then it makes a child process a zombie process. Zombie process hold the resources like CPU, RAM, IO, network, bandwidth, and SAN. So mostly it is holding your CPU resources actually. So okay, so that is, so how we can identify the zombie process here? The question is that, so we have a different methods to check it here. So let's check with the top command. So top command zero zombie here. So here you will find out the count here, or you can use a ps-ef, let's say head here. Okay, so or either I let me use a aux. Okay, so aux here. Here let me make a head. Okay, so here that this is status code here as, so z is known as a zombie. So what you need to do, you need to grab caps z. So you will find out here. So right now we are not able to find because there is no, if I'm using s, so might be I'm able to get more sleep in uninterruptible or waiting for IO. So you will get the more status here. Okay, so right now we don't have any zombie process. Once you find out zombie process, for example, this is a zombie process, for example, because it is a searching result. Okay, so ignore it. So what we need to do, we need to use a ps-ef and sorry, we need to kill it. Kill -9 and process ID. Okay, this is a process ID. Okay, then we can kill this process here. So sometime what happened, we are unable to kill it. We are trying to kill, but we are unable to kill it. The last method to solve this issue only to reboot your operating system. So that is the last solution. If you want to know the signal sign of kill command like -9 as I have used, we can use a kill -l. So you can see which is using. So kill means 9 is using for SIG kill sign kill here. And if you want to terminate any process, we are using a 15. So these are the code there. You can use it here. Okay. So we can use this code using a kill command. So mostly we are using a 9, or sometime we are using getter to terminate here. So terminate here. So if you want to see anything here like a tail hyphen f, and let's say where log and where. So here we have a, let's say, syslog. Okay, syslog. So these are syslog here, and let's say I want to kill this process. Let me log in here, and okay. So first I need to find out the process ID, and then we are using a syslog. So let me use a syslog. So here you can see I'm using a tail syslog. It means 5847. Now let me use a kill hyphen. In this time I will use a hyphen 15 to terminate. Now you can see what it will impact here when I will do here. Now I can see terminated. See terminated. This is the terminator comes in a pictures, and let's rerun this process again. And now this time I will use a 9. Sorry, I need to find out the process file first. And it is a new process, that is a 5953. So I need to use a 5953. Now you can see killed. The process has been killed. So that is the difference, terminate and kill here using a, yes, that signals. Okay, this sign. Okay, so these are the signs we can use. So mostly 9 and 15 we are using.